Blog Talk Radio.
What the fuck is up, y'all? Scotty Two Balls up on here on Carnival Spirits. We are in the tunnels with 12 Gauge. Are you there, man?
Yeah, my man, I'm here, bro. What's up?
What is going on, man? Thank you very much for being a part of the show tonight.
Oh, man, thanks for having me on, my man.
It's really cool. I love that song. Just been playing it over and over and over again tonight. Great track right there. If you have not heard it yet, it is available on YouTube. Look it up. It's called Girl Next Door by 12 Gauge. It's TW12VE Gauge, just so you don't get it mixed up or nothing. So anybody just coming in and listening to you, why don't you give people a little brief history of yourself and how you got into the music?
I started rapping just like on the street corners, man, with like friends and shit, you know? Mm-hmm. And like battling in schools and shit, like in school. Right. And all that, you know. I went to inner city school, grew up in the city, Pittsburgh, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like the battle scene's like jumping here. It's always been like a big battle scene, you know what I mean? City, you know? So it was either, you know, sink or swim, you know what I mean, all the time.
Is it still pretty big, the battle rapping scene around there?
Yeah, it's real big, man. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with, like, King of the Dot and all that, and, like, URL and all them battles, like battle leagues and shit. I'm sure you heard of King of the Dot. It's the Canadian one. Uh-huh. Yeah, my friend does that shit. I grew up battling with him. His name's Real Deal and shit. He's considered, like, one of the best in the country and shit. And, like, I actually produced some stuff for him, too, so I started rapping and shit, just, like I said, battling and shit like that, like, in schools. And then from there, like, just meeting people, like, at shows, like, mainly, like, ICP shows and shit, like, meeting other people to raps and shit like that, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, like, eventually I battled them, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes ICP would be on stage, I'd be in the back of the venues battling people. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Yeah, man, so.
Why did you start rapping? What drawed you to it?
Cypress Hill, bro.
Cypress Hill?
I'm gonna be honest. Cypress Hill, dude.
Love Cypress
Hill was, like, that was reason, like, I really fucking love rap, dude, because I remember, I think I was, like, 2, and my brother was, like, 4, and we'd always watch, like, MTV. It was, like, Liquid Television back then, I believe, like, early 90s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was Liquid Television and shit with, like, In Living Color and all that shit on there, Beavis and Butthead, and fucking, they played music videos back whenever MTV actually played music, you know?
Oh, yeah. The good old days.
Like, yeah, I just remember, like, the first rap song I ever heard, dude, was Insane in the Membrane, dude, and I've loved fucking rap ever since, dude. Like,
oh, yeah. That kind of brings me into my next question, I guess. What are your musical influences?
I really don't try to, like, mimic anybody's style or nothing. You know, I basically just do my thing. Like, there's other artists I listen to, but, like, even at that point, like, I don't listen to them while I'm working on stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, have... I don't want to, like, have anybody's style or anything, like, rub off on mine, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, like, what are you listening to right now? What have you been playing a lot?
Actually, I never even bought ICP's record, The Tempest, because, like, it was my senior year in high school when that came out, and I just, like, at the time of my life, I just didn't want to hear all that shit, you know? Like, the message of the whole record, it just, like, wasn't for me. I was one of them haters, you know what I mean? When that record came out. You know how, like, that's, like, one of their most hated on records, dude. And, like,
yeah, it was.
I basically just, like, joined the haters with that one. And, like, I regret doing that, dude, because, like, I picked it up, man, and it's literally now one of my favorite ones now that I, like, matured and shit, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, now that I'm a different person, it's, like, I can relate to it more. It's the shit to me now, you know what I mean? So I've been listening to that a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah. And, other shit I'm listening to, like, some Bone Thugs here and there, like, East 99, Eternal, and... But, like, even then, man, like I said, I don't try to mimic anybody's style. I just do my own thing. Like, even my beats, like, speak for themselves. They're different from anything else, you know? Like, everything, like, comes together as, like a big orchestra, and each hook. Mainly, like, I would say my influence is like, 90s rap altogether, I guess. Because, like, nowadays, people just throw garbage on songs and just call it a fucking song, you know? And it's not. It's fucking just them rambling.
Right.
You know? I mean, I'm not hating on anything, but... You know how shit is, like, I can't get into new age shit, dude, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm bringing like an old school feel. I mean, like, I'm a young dude, too, so, like, I'm bringing, like, an old school feel to, like, the new shit. you know, but like with good quality. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm doing. Like, my shit sounds like it could be from the 90s, dude. That's what everyone tells me and shit, because back in the 90s, the choruses and the hooks used to be, like, really strong. You know what I mean? And now they're just, like, you listen to a song, it's like the whole entire song is strong, you know, or it's just flat. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, difference from the verses to the hooks now. It seems like it's just all flat and, like, simple. Like, I don't know, man. As far as, like, radio goes, I don't really listen to it, but some shit that does catch my ear, it's just all sounds the same to me. Like, it's all flat to me. I can't get into it.
Right. I hear you.
That's part of the reason why I like ICP, too, because they're just, like, so three-dimensional, you know? Like, as far as beats and then their lyrics and then their choruses are, like, real strong and shit. That's what I'm into, like, shit with strong choruses. It's not all, like, one thing. Like, you're not going to get bored listening to one song. Like, in every verse there's something that catches your ear, and every hook there's something where you're like, yeah, that's a strong chorus, you know?
Yeah. Let's talk about your, you got an upcoming release. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Actually, man, I was kind of hesitant to even talk about the release because there's a lot of people, man, in Pittsburgh that stole my ideas from my previous records, man, and actually ran with it, you know, and, like, didn't give me no credit at all, you know? Like, I'm not like, yeah, man, I hear you, brother, but I'm not,
well, just share what you want to share.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Like, I'm not, like, new to this shit at all, dude. Like, I've helped people with their records before, like, I did mine. I just wanted to, like, not really sit in the sidelines or in the background or nothing, but, like, I was, like, always a behind-the-scenes type dude, you know? I always made, like, guest appearances and shit, like, features on people's stuff, you know?
Right.
And then, like, I decided, I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to make my record. Like, my quality's good enough. I feel like I could put out a record and have it be strong, you know what I mean? And guaranteed, dude, if you spend $10 on my record, you'll be like, yeah, that was a good spend, you know what I'm saying? My newest release, dude, if anybody steals the idea, I'm going to just laugh at their ass because I already have it copywritten and everything. I made sure I did that before I even started posting any songs. That's what took me a minute because everybody steals my ideas, bro. Everybody. Like, but anyway, it's called Seven Demons, and before it became that, it started out as, like, Seven Deadly Sins. I was just researching shit, you know, to see what I could make a concept album about, you know, and it just popped in my head, the Seven Deadly Sins. The greed, pride, gluttony, lust, envy, sloth, and anger, you know? Right. I was like, yeah, so I was going to call it Seven Deadly Sins and, like, have my record have 7 chapters in it, you know? Like, have an intro and, like, have each sin have, like, an interlude for each sin, you know? And then, like, with each sin, after each interlude, have tracks to follow it that coincide with each sin, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then that turned into, I was like, no, that's too basic in itself, too, you know, even though no one's ever done that yet either, you know? I wanted to take it, like, a little bit further than that, too. So instead of making it, like, 7 deadly sins, I'm calling it 7 demons because each sin is its own demon. Like, there's a demon whose name is pride, you know what I'm saying? He corrupts people to be, like, prideful, you know what I'm saying? Like, the sin spawns from him, that demon, you know what I mean? Right. So, yeah, it's like each deadly sin has its own entity in it, and that demon, you know what I mean, it's named after it. Yeah, and, like, they possess me. And, like, there's 7 different chapters to my record. It's going to be wild shit. Yeah, like, that Girl Next Door song, I picked it to be in the Pride chapter, but it could really fit in a couple different ones, really. And, like, I'll get into that right now, really. It could have been, like, for the anger chapter, because I'm pissed off, obviously, in the song, you know. I even say scary movies piss me off in the hook. I could have put it as, like, the greed chapter, which is what I did, because, like, I cut the bitch's head off and took it, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it could have really fit in any of them. So, like, that's part of the fun to me, man, is, like, really just recording these tracks and just putting them where they should belong, you know? Definitely putting the most work into and, like, the most time. And, like, I'm putting the most money into it. Like, I got to pay to press everything on myself. I'm independent. Like, there's nobody backing me, you know? Right. But then again, at the same time, there's no one saying, oh, you can't say this on your music. You can't put a song out like, you know what I mean? You can't put a song out like this. Yeah, there's no one in my face shaking their finger at me, you know what I'm saying? So, because I'll give them 2 right back, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's really wild, dude. Like, this record, man.
How would you say your new tracks differ from your earlier songs that you've done?
Whenever I first started rapping, basically, I was just trying to find, like, where I fit, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, I was just, like, more or less experimenting with, like, different styles, because, like, I could either rap really fast or I could rap really slow punchlines or anything like that. I'm pretty good with the pen, brother. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even freestyling, too. I could freestyle like a motherfucker. Like I said, that's how it started, was freestyle battling people. Like cutting up on their clothes, cutting up on their character, who they are, their name, their parents, their fucking brother, their sister, even if they're right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, try to be as sensitive as possible when I'm battling, but sitting down making a serious album is like night and day from doing that, you know? It's totally different. Like, you got to make people feel like everything you say. Like, that's what I'm basically doing. Because, like, man, I'm not going to act like I had, like, the roughest life out of anybody in the fucking world, but, like, I never had it easy, bro, you know?
Right.
And I'm not crying about it either. I'm just, like, you know what I mean? Maybe I could fucking put my life and my fucking pain and shit, my struggle and bullshit like that, like, into my music, and maybe I could fucking help somebody, like, basically, like, therapeutic shit, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Kind of like how ICP is, you know? Like, how, like, we'll talk about killing somebody, and if you're in a pissed-off mood and want to kill somebody, like, you're just like, yeah, I feel better now. Like, I just heard ICP talk about killing people, like, now I don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
Like, I mean, but there's some dumbasses that'll go out and do it, you know what I mean? And then that just gives everybody a bad fucking name, like.
Right.
Man, there's assholes everywhere you go, you know?
Yeah.
Not everybody could just be down to earth, you know what I mean, and just be real and just do what's right in life, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But like, man, telling you, man, like, this album is really just like, I was living each sin basically in my life at one point, you know what I mean? And like, I still am to this day. Like, I lust for shit, you know what I mean? I'm envious. Like, nobody will ever admit how they're envious towards people, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll admit that shit all day, bro. Like, I'm an open book for anybody that wants to know about me, bro. Like, I don't care, man. People could judge me all they want. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You could like me. You could hate me. You could like my music. You could hate it. You know what I mean? Don't listen to it. And if you don't like me, don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really don't matter to me, bro. But like I said, man, I was really living each deadly sin, dude. So we created, me and Keith, my dude Cha-Ching, we created these instrumentals, man. Literally, each instrumental really brings me back to the point in time of my life, like in my past, dude. And like just listening to the beats brings like flashes to my mind, dude, of like shit that I used to be doing, and like, you know what I mean, just how I used to be. And like, it's really like the album's writing itself, you know. It's basically done already. I got a release date for it. It's April 27th, 2013. So really, it's in like 2.5 months away, man. You know.
That's coming out.
Yeah, it's
right.
basically
April 27th.
Oh yeah, like it's basically done, man. I'm really geeked, man. Like, this is
awesome.
Gonna be a big test for me, man. And like I said too, like, I'm producing for other artists too, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, even that, man. That's why, like, mainly why Cha-Ching's like working with me on my record, man, because I'm busy with my own shit too, you know. And like, he always wanted to put out a record with me and sell it and make money with me, you know.
Right.
Because like locally, man, like I've opened up for artists like Paul Wall and shit like that, and all types of different artists, you know, Hobson, fucking all types of different people, you know. Me, myself, would bring like 300-something people to each show, just me alone, you know.
Cool.
And like, I remember at the Paul Wall show up here in Pittsburgh, only like fucking 30 people came to see him, and I packed the place with like 360 people. You know what I mean? Whenever I was done rapping, Mars went up, and everybody left after I was done.
Everybody bounced.
Mars, yeah, because Mars from Dark Lotus was on that tour with him. And like, as soon as I was done, like, everybody left. There was only like 30 people left to see Paul Wall and Mars.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I felt bad, man, because like, we was all hanging out afterwards and shit, and like, he like, you know what I mean, he shook my hand, he's like, respect, bro, he's like, your music's good, this and that. I'm like, cool, man, you know. I'm like, do a song with me then. He's like, oh, you're gonna have to pay me. I'm like, oh, fuck that then. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I'm good, bro. Like, one day you'll be asking to do a track with me, and I'll be like, you can pay me, bro. You know, I'm gonna be there one day. You know, but yeah, man, I don't picture my shit ever being on the radio, so I'm gonna just keep it underground regardless anyway, because that's just me. That's just like the type of person I am. Like, I'm not gonna kiss nobody's ass to spin my shit or nothing, you know.
Right.
Or even try to water my shit down for any reason or for anybody,
Definitely.
you know?
Well, you really don't have to with the internet anymore. I mean, I don't listen to the radio, like, at all, you know?
Yeah, me neither. I'll listen to just straight-up records. If I'm even listening to shit, like I said, man, when I'm working on something, I try to just stay focused on me, try to keep my mind clear of everything else as far as other artists, because, like, you let anyone else influence you, they'll have you second-guessing what you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's happened to me a couple times in the past, and I don't even bother with that shit anymore. I'm just being me, man. Music nowadays, man, I don't care. It's all changed, dude. There's no one doing that real, raw, gutter, authentic shit no more, dude. Like, I mean, people ride Hobson's dick, but, dude, I mean, he's all right, dude. But, like, honestly, I think Eminem said everything he said years ago. Like, I can't listen to him without thinking Eminem, dude. I don't know why.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just how I feel about it, dude. I'm not knocking him at all. His style's dope, and he's dope, and he's smart for putting the shit out how he did, and all that shit. I give him much respect, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That ain't no hate. That ain't no hate at all. What I'm saying, I'm just like, people just ride his dick, dude, and it's like, man, it just seems like a fucking generic version of shady to me. You know, I'm just being real, but I mean, I'm not the only one that says that, and I'm not saying since other people say it, it's right, but to me, that's just all I think of.
No, he takes that shit as a compliment, though, you know?
Shit, dude, I mean, come on, man. I would too, bro. If someone was like, oh, that track you put out sounds like ICP mixed with Eminem or something.
Right.
Yeah, if someo's like, oh, that track you did sounds like ICP mixed with Eminem, I'd be like, that's dope, I guess, but, like, I want to sound like 12 Gauge, you know, because that's who I am, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm not like them in real life. Like, I'm not living large like that, so I shouldn't be sounding like them right now, you know what I mean? Maybe fucking 15 years from now, I could be kicking back making happy jams, but right now, dude, I'm not a happy person. You know what I mean?
Right, I hear you.
I'm a hungry dude, you know, I'm hungry, I'm young, there's fucking fire in my veins, bro, I'm fucking...
Starving artist.
Yeah, I'm basically ready to just rip anybody that wants to start some beef, too, so I'll let that be known right now. Let's let anybody start some shit with me, and it's a rap. We could do that freestyle battle shit, too. You know what I mean? I will come to your front door with that shit. You know what I mean? Get you on candid camera and everything. Ring your doorbell. Start spitting as soon as you open the door. You know what I mean?
Right on. Do you have any more tracks you're getting ready to release from the Seven Demons album?
Man, I got more than half the record I'm about to start uploading, but I don't like to put, like, the mastered version, like the mastered album versions on YouTube, because, like, people still shit off
can
YouTube,
rip them off,
like, yeah, I mean, even that, dude, I'm not like, it's not like a Metallica and I'm going to cry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go cry about it like, oh, you're stealing my music. Like, I don't give a fuck. If people don't got the money to do it, like, ask me. I'll send it to you for free. Like, but, like, whenever you do have a little bit extra cash, remember I'm a cool-ass dude like that, and go cop my record for $10, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're going to get your money's worth.
People are just...
Yeah, dude, you're gonna get your money's worth either way. Like, even if I would charge $15 for it, you get your money's worth. You know what I mean? The beats are ridiculous. The beats are fucking insane, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I did not think it would turn out as good as it's turning out. Like, and I had high hopes for it. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like it's bigger than me. Like, it's bigger than me and Keith. You know what I mean? My dude Cha-Ching, like I said, is helping me produce the shit. Like, every day, dude, he hits me up and he's like, bro, you have no idea. I'm like, you have no idea, dog. You know what I mean? It's just funny, man. I'm like, man, like, you have no idea how good it's going to be, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be an underground classic. That's all I'm saying. I've been doing this shit for a while, and I'm finally, like, focused on selling my music.
Right.
It's like I finally got all the tools to do it. I finally got all the practicing I need. I feel like my shit could stand up against other people's quality and, like, product and shit, you know? It's basically like a big pissing contest, you know what I mean? Like, if you can't compete, then you shouldn't be out there trying to act serious if your product ain't serious, you know?
Right.
Like, mine is basically at that point now. Like, I'm pissing very far now, you know what I'm saying? Like, my stream is down the street, you know what I'm saying? So, that's all I'm doing, man.
Well, you definitely got the drive, you can tell. That's
man.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. I mean, shit. I got so much shit to take care of, though, man. That's why, man. Like, if I'm at a point right now, man, where, like, if it don't work with these first couple joints I put out, I don't think I could keep it up, man. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't keep wasting the time and money, especially when, you know, I have a kid. I have a daughter, 2.5 years old, and I have another baby on the way. And it's like, if I can't make something happen with it, it's basically like I'm wasting my time, even if it's a hobby. You know what I mean? You can't keep spending money on something.
I hear you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Like, if it ain't generating nothing else for me, I'm going to have to call it quits and just be like, well, I tried, you know? But that ain't going to happen, dude, because I'm going fucking insane on this shit, bro. Like, I mean, you heard that Girl Next Door, man, and, like, honestly, in my opinion, I didn't even want to use that cut for the record. Like, I didn't even want to use that. My producer, Cha-Ching, who's also making the record with me, he's not rapping on it. He's just doing the beats. He's like, you definitely have to use that shit on the record. He's like, it's classic. He's like, I wouldn't blow smoke up your ass, bro. And I'm like, I know, because, like, if I would ever do anything that's trash or, like, not as good as I could, he would be the first person to tell me, like, dude, that's whack, redo it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why me and him click so well, dude. Like, he wouldn't have bullshit at all. He wouldn't be like, oh, dude, you suck. What the fuck? But, like, he'd tell me, he'd be like, bro, come on, man. I know you could do better than that, you know? That's good. But he's never had to say that shit to me yet, but he always says he would if he ever had to. But lately, man, I've just been going 110% on every verse, every hook. And, like, that's another thing about me, dude. Like, I'm not out to make a catchy fucking chorus, you know, that's going to have fucking preppy kids in high schools singing it, you know what I mean? Like fucking High School Musical and shit. You know what I mean? Imagine that shit. Like, come on now, not with my shit, dude. Like, I'm trying to make some shit that, like, crazy motherfuckers like myself growing up, you know what I mean, could, like, really relate to and be like, yeah, dude, I hear him. Like, I feel his fucking anger and his pain and shit. And, like, basically, dude, like I said, the Seven Demons record, man, it's about, like, how each sin and, like, basically each demon or each sin fucking how I was living that shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, there's nothing but truth in that shit. Even if I was wrong in a situation, I mention it in my music, probably come off as an asshole in half of the album. You know what I mean? I've been involved in some fucked up shit. But, like, I talk about it all, man. Like I said, I don't pull no punches. Like, I'm probably going to have to write apology letters to some people, you know? After the record's out, they're going to be like, oh, that was you motherfucker. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's basically what I'm going to have to do. I already know, man.
All right, dude, we got like 45 seconds left. Anything else you want to plug in here before we take off?
Hell yeah, my man. Thanks for having me and shit. And like I said, the album called Seven Demons, it's definitely going to be out, pressed up, and on iTunes on April 27th, 2013. And thank you, Scotty, for having me, brother.
No problem. Thanks a lot for calling in, man. We'll throw the Girl Next Door video up on our channel. You can check it out if they haven't already. And
oh yeah, hey, there will be a music video coming for that.
All right, awesome. We'll talk to you later, man.
For sure, my man.
Later.
Peace.